He doesn't detect any evil. There is no presence of evil beyond.
No. Kruger, do you sense anything behind there? Have a sniff, boy.
Okay, Kruger. He then sits there and he begins salivating, and he's looking up at you expectantly.
Huh.
There is either a pretty female dog in there.
He's sitting there. He's sitting there. His tail's flapping. And he's sitting well trained, but he looks.
Or there's food in there. Pantry or doggy playpen.
Let's see what they've got.
Okay, there's a simple latch. It doesn't look like they were expecting anything to bust out of the place.
Okay. Eldon opens the door. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Eldon, I open the door.
A much less grim pantry than the abattoir below. Racks of hooks hang from the ceilings, cured slabs of meat dangle from them, filling the room with a smoky aroma. There are some barrels and foodstuffs here. The meat hanging here is primarily nature.
Yeah, thank you. 26.
Dire rat and mongrel meat.
Close the door.
It's all stringy, oversalted, and fairly unappetizing.
We don't find out
looking.
that it's oversalted. Close the door.
Right.
Eldon, close the door.
The dog's.
You can give that one to the dog. He points out a dire rat one.
Yep.
Sure.
The barrels look like they're filled with.
Excuse me.
Like
If
dry
I didn't-
crickets.
If I didn't know there was demons up above, I would be torching that room right now.
One of the barrels that's open is full of like dried dead crickets.
I'll grab a handful of crickets for snacking. You might go to an insect and vegetarian diet after this.
That's funny. What a nut job. Eat Western food in our fantasy game.
In our fancy game, you will enjoy meatball sandwiches and ham and cheese.
Pasta, cheese, meatball sandwiches, beer. That's all you get to eat, Elf. Yeah, fine. You eat crickets. They're fine. Yeah, Kruger wolfs down a bit of dire rat meat.
You might want to tell your there is more corpses in that room.
Will do.
Fi is like, is it okay to kill a cannibal? Well, maybe they weren't. Maybe they just were feeding the rats, and then eating that makes you a cannibal, kind of.
You're lost in your philosophy.
How many steps removed?
Ervashnel eventually finds a wall and just kind of sits down, and he reaches over and he touches a corpse and just sort of keeps his eyes to himself.
Ervash, he'll go get it. Ervash, he'll drag him out of the. Come, out of this. Nope, don't. You didn't. You definitely didn't step in somebody's face. It's over here.
Okay, the room with the weird taxidermy, snakes and lizards and insects.
Yeah. Have a sit by the Komodo dragon.
He gives you like this like, is it alive kind of look.
No. It's kind of comfortable looking.
Kruger wanders into the room after he eats. Lann,
This
I need help
is-
moving Eryxes. And Bortho and Hadrian are helping move Eryxes as they're taking off his armor and stuff. Icon sits down in the middle of all the corpses, just cross-legged, and is just praying. Hands extended, light spell going.
Detect magic through door.
Detect evil.
This door has a lock on it.
Okay.
Detect evil.
Detect magic through the door.
Detect magic? There's no magic aura coming from beyond?
Is there an evil aura on me or on the door through
How's
the
the
door?
evil?
Nope. No evil aura.
Is it a lead door?
No, it's not a
We
lead
don't
door.
know. We don't know if it's a lead line door.
It does have a lock on it, though.
Did we
Similar
find
to
a
the other
key on
locks in the
woman?
place.
Lan.
Yes, you'd have to go back to her things. Bortha's been the one organizing the loot. He seems to have an eye for valuables.
Well, I have to go through the room of death. I suppose
One
it's
more
it's
time.
my room
The
of
dog
death.
licks its chops as you go by.
Hmm.
Doesn't seem to be bothered by the death. Icon is praying amongst the dead.
If
Maybe
Fighters doesn't,
maybe his prayers will send some of them not to the abyss.
that would be very useful.
You doubt it, though.
I don't think so.
You don't think that's how it works.
There's no spirits left in this room. They're already there. They're already
Yeah.
standing in line.
No, that weapon goes over here, and this one goes over there. Why? Did you see the craftsmanship on that weapon? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
The key that the woman had.
Bortha goes over to a pile of smaller things, and you notice that some of them might be potions and stuff, but he does... There are several keys here.
Okay, I'll take them. And
Okay. He gives you a nod, like he feels good being useful, maybe?
Hmm.
Salmonella. Wormanilla. Don't eat raw turtle again. Yuck. Turtles, rah. Turtles. Ha, ha, ha. All right.
there's a couple with worms, and there's like there's a type of worm that can grow in behind your eye.
Lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, those are disgusting.
Okay, Fi checks a couple of keys and eventually finds an older key that tumbles in the old lock.
I feel like you should open the door. I have seen it goes better that way.
Go defensive. I call over one or two people to give us a hand. Line is busy?
Lann is
Yep.
busy.
Alright, fuck it. Alright, we'll go defensive. Open the door. Shaw!
Okay. There's a short hallway. There are some old buckets that look like they're full of like
Oopie.
now rotting meat. Their flies kind of moving around on the meat. There's a bad smell, but also a lot of moisture in the air. You see that there's a hole, like a carved hole.
Does it look like a shitter?
They don't use it as shitter.
They must be feeding something.
Oh
Why did you
yeah,
keep
they're
meat
full
here?
of maggots and things in the buckets. The buckets have seen a lot of use.
Mealworm.
There might be
Um,
something in there they're feeding.
Are you looking down the
Perception?
hole?
Perception to listen?
Yeah, give me. You can hear a little bit of tinkling water.
I silently cast True Strike and then push Eldon down the hole.
What's your strength, bitch?
I don't do that. Because he'd turn around and kick my ass.
1d20 plus 8.
Cold, dark-looking water. The surface of the water is about 5 feet down.
I see nothing.
Do you mind?
Yeah, these buckets don't look like they're made for drawing water. Maybe the water buckets are in the other room. These look like they're full of like meat bits.
Yeah, so I'll grab a bucket.
And you can see all along the edge of the front part of the hole, like they just throw slop down there.
Yeah. I just moved you like, let's have a look and see what's in there.
Is it? I don't know if I want to be this close to the murder hole.
Let's see what's down there.
I'll take a peek.
Okay.
Yeah.
The dog comes in,
Slosh.
growls a little bit. Do you have dark vision or?
I don't
No,
have.
so we have light, don't we?
I've got low light vision and a candle, like a prestidigitate candle.
Why don't we have a light? Oh,
Because it's more spooky this way.
Kenny likes to turn chum buckets.
It is chum buckets. No, it's literally, I was going to call them chum buckets. We should chum the water so the dire alligator from the sewers jumps out and bites our faces.
Well, that's what it's called, like chum, like when you're trying to attract, sharks and that sort of thing.
It's called chumming the water.
Chum bucket. They are two chum buckets.
all right, guys. I'm thinking something else, but whatever.
No.
Churn
No.
buckets.
No. No. Not this channel. You do it on your own.
I'll be right back.
Shit, he's auto-hosting us. Crap. I'm associated. Okay, so yeah, you're looking down. What was your perception check as you're kind of leaning over with your
I rolled
prestidigitate
crap.
frickin' light?
I've got low light vision.
Yep.
26.
It's at least 10 feet deep, if not more. There's enough room to swim down there. You can't see the edges. Like maybe you see the edge on this side. Like that hole is directly above. The white circle is representation of the hole right above here.
Below, yeah.
But you also thought you saw two shadowy things in the water, like really big fish. They're just kind of sitting there. They're long, thin.
What kind of meat is, like, so the mealworms and maggots and that stuff's all fine. What other meat's in these buckets?
Okay, you start poking around in the bucket. It's like the stuff that goes bad from the pantry. You do see a fingernail that suggests that.
I think eating the fish would also be cannibalism.
The dog's licking his lips and sitting near the buckets, asking, like begging for a...
No, not this.
The dog actually gave you a little bit of a nudge, Fi, as it was moving towards the buckets. Like, kind of, you had to catch yourself a little bit.
I am going to... I don't like this, actually. I will give the dog the bucket. I don't... Here you go.
Actually, did you tell me what's in there?
Nope.
Okay.
I give the dog the bucket.
Let's see. The dog just ate. It sniffs at the bucket. It licks a little bit of it and then just sits there.
I want to be on the other side of the dog.
Well, let's put the...
We need
Let's just pour the slosh down and kill them. Otherwise, they'll starve anyways.
It's an interesting thing they have. Who's
What
good
is-
at swimming? Does anybody know how to swim?
You hear Icon? I swim in the light of my sun.
Shut up, Icon!
How about in water?
5. What about what's his face?
Dark, cold water.
Yeah,
There are
Lann might be the
glorious
best.
bathhouses on Solaria.
Yeah, Lann is the best guy to do this. I can swim.
TT4489. How you doing?
What's up?
So we've got.
Oh no.
Oh,
I know how that feels. Can you see the scar? That's a steel plate and 3 screws. It's not fun. Did they have to put metal in your arm, or is it just a smaller fracture?
Oh, damn. Did they super glue it together? Or
And is it your good arm or your bad one?
Yeah,
in
is
this
like a
modern
left-
internet
left-hand-
age, both arms are
left-hand
necessary.
palm down situation, or what's going on?
I'm ambidextrous. Sorry to hear, man.
What
Damn.
is the? Huh?
Lann can swim, so they're asking
Lann
for a
can-
swimmer. Yep.
Yep.
Lann's gonna...
So
What do you need?
we. So you can see in the dark, right?
Yes.
So how about I cast some spells on you, and then you go challenge the fish to man-to-man combat. No.
He just fucks off.
There might be treasure down there. They're guarding something.
There's an interesting point, says Aravashnil as he's like touches the beak of the Gila monster that's beside him and decides that that's enough.
Well, why don't we kill them from above? Then when they're dead, I can go in the water.
It's a very small hole. $20 down.
It's 20 feet down?
It's
Thought
5
it
feet
was
down to the water, and then there's some
5
depth
feet
it.
to the
Yeah.
water.
And then there's more than 10 feet of water.
Yep.
Right. So, hang over the edge. He has a 5-foot long
Okay, so
spear.
Lann is looking over. He's got dark vision. Lann can easily
Yeah.
see the dimensions of the room, and the two very large fish that are just sort of waiting. They're just quietly waiting. They're about 5 feet below the surface of the water, 10 feet down total. Lann, give me a perception check.
Yeah. Is there any traps?
Two.
There's two
Big
big-ass fish.
12s.
Okay, so you don't notice anything else. Water must be filtering into this place. The fish, you don't recognize them. They may have been imported from the river and kind of plopped in here and kind of kept alive. There's definitely flowing water in here. The water would be clean if they didn't keep on,
If it wasn't flowing.
yeah. Oh, no, it is flowing, so the water's clean.
Yep. Okay. Alright. Lann gets a rope, ties it to something, ties it around his waist.
I cast
Goes
Mage
around the
Armor on
edge.
Lann.
Okay.
I'm not going
wand.
over the edge. I'm not going over the edge. I'm going to spear them from here. Eldon,
Sure you're not.
can you just pour a little bit of the food?
Take off the charge.
Okay. Yeah, there's a little bit of liquid at the bottom of one of the buckets. The one that the dog didn't tip over and lick.
Yeah, okay, so drop that into the water, and he's going to ready an action to...
All right, so you're standing above the hole, spearfishing.
Spearfishing.
As one of
Yeah.
the fish is coming up towards the chum, and actually two of them are coming towards it. It's not a bad plan. Let's see. Give me an acrobatics check first, as you're kind of.
I did say I tie a rope around my waist and tie the rope to something.
Okay, you've got the rope kind of through the door and partially closed on it with a nice knot on the other end. So
Okay. So kind of just lean over and go...
yeah, give me an acrobatics check.
14.
That's
Wait. Is this the right guy? No, it's not the right guy. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, that's the right character. Yep, 14.
Pull a little dagger, start to cut the rope slowly.
What an asshole. Okay, so you're able to stabilize yourself to get a really good swipe with your sword. The two things do come up towards the bucket.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Okay, 1d20
And
plus
they
my
are
power
snapping
attack.
they like with their large mouths and weird kind of puffy undersides are snapping up at the chum in the water.
So 1d20. Sorry, yeah, 1d20 plus my power attack.
One of them is within reach, +1 from above, and they get cover from the water.
Okay, so power attack. Let's see. +6. Plus
Power
7
attacking?
from above.
Spear
Plus seven.
fishing.
So 1d20 plus 7 from above.
Don't you
Bam!
all know magic? That's fine.
Oh, fuck's sake.
You make a bit of a splash, and well, let's see how hostile these fish are. Only one of them stays near the surface. The other one's going back down.
This deuce again.
If you go down there, they won't get away from you.
17.
AC 17 is what you needed exactly to spear one of the huge
Yes.
pike-like fish.
Alright, magic spear. So that would be... Oh, this is a magic spear. Alright,
Yep.
And
come on.
you're power attacking.
So 1d8 plus
10.
10.
Wow.
15 damage.
You spear the thing right through the side, and you're pulling it out. Even an 18 strength.
Yeah.
You are able to. You speared a fish. It's flipping on the end of your spear. Can you
Pull-
lift 200 pounds?
18 strength, I don't know.
18 strength should be able to.
Okay, so you pull a 200-pound fish out of the water.
Nice fish. Big.
It is a big fish.
Dog's gonna pull it out.
The dog is barking at it and just drags it all the way down the hallway and is growling at anyone who's trying to come near it.
This poor guy, what's his name? Aravesh, was like, what's going on?
Okay, the other fish is down below and it seems to be agitated. Like it's patrolling around its space.
I suppose you have to go down there to get that one.
Alden looks at him and shrugs like, he doesn't stop. Okay, I have to make their voices distinct.
Yes.
He doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. No, that's fucking Lemio shit. I'll figure it out. The other guy's gonna be really gruff.
The easiest way to do it is to put a little bit of gruffness into one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Land's pretty big and he's made out of like different creature parts.
Yeah.
So.
The other one, I'll get the other one. Same way. Give me a second. So he'll start poking the water with a spear, like, doop, doop.
Yeah, the water's all disturbed. The bucket is down there. It's kind of floating around, but it didn't have a lot of chum in it, and you really agitated the other fish. It just keeps on.
There's no other buckets up here.
What does Fi think would be the sound a fish would like to... Like, a fish that big would like to... be attracted to...
You're going to try to lure it, is that what you're saying?
With ghost sound.
Okay, give me a knowledge nature, and then and then cast your spell.
21. Knowledge nature.
It's
Like
probably
the sound of a
something.
squirrel drowning
Yeah,
or something.
it's probably the sound of something like flipping along the top of the water, like some little bird or some little fuzzy animal.
All right, we're gonna cast a ghost sound down there of a little, just a little.
Okay, so
Flip, flap, flap.
a little thing flipping along the top of the water. What's the DC of your illusion?
This one is easy peasy. It's only DC 15.
Okay. Eventually, the thing
Seems real
It's coming up. It's coming up towards the lure.
1, 2, 3. Ha!
First is an acrobatics check as you're getting ready for a huge swipe again.
Yeah. I'll do that. Give me a sec.
It's now a little bit wet because you dragged a bunch of things out, so the DC is more
25.
difficult. I was trying to catch you with the slippery +5 DC. No, you just wedge your weird ass legs into place, and then you stab at the fish.
Damn it!
Okay, the splash sends the fish away. Let's see. One is it goes down again. 2, it's staying near the surface. Okay, it's now patrolling near the edge. It's trying to look for that.
Let's do this.
That thing again. One more acrobatics check.
Oh,
DC is 15.
Make it.
Okay. So you're then stabbing into the hole again.
26.
Ah!
Bam.
All right.
17 damage.
All right. This time you didn't actually skewer the fish, but it stopped moving in the water. You hit it in the head, and it kind of went off to the side. It's showing you its belly, and it darts down.
So,
Now we go into the water. Stupid elf.
now you go into the water. Take a step back. It's stocked down there.
Yep. Well, the rope is there. He's going to lower himself into the water.
Okay. So you untie yourself from the rope,
Yep.
and then use it to lower yourself in the water.
Eldon's giving him cover. Actually, Eldon could have taken shots at these things while he's... But, yeah.
Okay. The water's cold. As you lower yourself into it.
He's going to tie the tail of the fish with the rope.
Yeah, you're able to scoop up the fish. It's a little bit slimy, but you're able to wrap the end of the rope around the fish.
Okay. Now,
Magic
look around.
Okay, you're looking around in the water
This is
or
the treasure fish.
treasure fish.
Look around in the water, the walls, the cracks,
Okay, give me a perception.
floors. Perception. Oh,
Everything in the water is like along the sides is covered in this weird brownish fuzz, almost like this peach fuzz all over the place.
23.
You do see a suspiciously looking square object at the bottom of the pool that's covered in sludge. The square object's about the size of a bread box.
Okay. Goes in.
Maybe a little bit bigger.
He's got a knife with him. He's pulling a knife out.
Okay, so you swim down. Give me, what's your swim check?
Plus 10, I believe. Yeah, plus 10.
Plus 10? Okay, so this is clear water with very little movement. You've got dark vision. The DC of swim checks is 10, so you can make this automatically by taking 1. You swim down to the bottom, and you move some of the grime, and there's an old sea chest down here.
Sweet. How big is this? Like a bread box, you said?
Yeah, maybe a little bit bigger.
How heavy?
Liftable by you.
Okay. Alright, let's do this. He picks it up, and can he carry it in the water? Does the rope come all the way down? Should, right? 50 feet?
60-foot rope, 10, 25, and then 5 feet to the water is 30, and then 20 feet to the
20
bottom.
feet down.
Yep, just below the center, it does come down. You've got
Okay, so I'll drag it
you've
to
got
the
a
center.
fish currently tied to the end of the.
I'll undo the fish and attach the treasure chest to it.
Okay, you're able to lift the treasure chest up and sort of roll it into the rope. Give me a CMB check to see how well you put this together.
CMB.
You do have to come up for air for a couple of times.
Yeah, of course. 19.
Okay. You seem to have it fashioned or like tied to the end of the rope.
Okay. Climb out.
Give me a fort save.
A fort save.
Yeah, the water's cold.
Okay. I was like, that's funny.
Do you have an innie or an outie when you get out of this?
Nope, I'm cold.
You have an innie.
Yep.
Okay.
Try to climb out.
All right, you've got 1 non-lethal damage.
Yeah, I'll take that. Climb plus 10.
A rope against a slippery wall is DC 15. No, DC 10 actually.
But I'm not against the wall, right?
Oh, right. So DC 15.
Oops. Like a champ.
Okay.
Excellent.
He's the wet mongrel folk is strength climbing up the rope. He seems to have attached something. Like the water's all churned up and
You're quite impressive.
Thank you.
says the man with this big horn on one side of his head and this patchwork of lizard skin. And do you have like goat legs or some weird shit, or is it one leg goat and the other one's human?
What's the
other?
He's got, so the goat leg is opposite his horn head,
Okay.
and then the other side he's got almost like a lizard leg with a couple of like claws.
All right. So making boots for you is going to be difficult. Got it.
Yeah.
Or very custom.
That's gonna be awesome. The fuck is that?
Does he have a tail?
Yeah. No. Sure, I don't know. Didn't think about that one.
A little fuzzy bunny tail.
Or the deer tail, which goes up. It's like a little thing. It's like white. We're in danger, run.
All right, he's got a deer tail. Why not?
We'll find that out eventually.
Right. What's that? Why is it coming out the back? All right, so you've got a box at the end of a rope down in the water.
He pulls it up.
It is light enough to be pulled up
Good.
by a man of 18 strength.
Yes, you are very strong.
He looks at Eldon. Is he gonna try something? Does everyone have husbands up above? Is that what the deal is?
No, I'm not going to try anything. You are still horrendously ugly.
Oof, good. I don't have, to each their own.
Did you find anything? Says Vashniel. After he's just sitting there listening to all your...
Lann looks at the two of them. Like, Did we find something?
We found a chest under the water.
Yes, we did. Thank you, Lann.
Detect magic on the chest.
There's magic inside the chest. It's
How
also
powerful
waterlogged.
is
You pulled it out and there's like just water pouring out of the sides of the chest.
Yeah.
It's been down there for a while.
We probably should have the others here for when we open this, because we don't know why they stuck it down there and guarded it with giant fish.
Huh. Well, it looks like we have some fish on the menu tonight.
Those fish eat people.
Sometimes you just keep things to yourselves. All right, fine.
There's
He
a-
looks disappointed. He was like, it looked like he wanted to eat the fish.
There's
right, Kruger,
there's
it's
an
all yours.
entirely pleasant box of barrel of crickets back there.
Kruger, drags the fish a little bit off to the side and is chewing on it. It's tough. It's not a nice fat river trout or anything like that. It's a tough, sleek predator of lots of little bones.
It looks like a fucking crocodile.
Yeah, it definitely has a crocodile head. These things are actually real.
Yep,
God damn.
river monsters, good stuff.
Yeah, it's a great show. little repetitious by episode 4, but that's fine.
He goes to the weird place and finds a giant thing that blows your mind.
Right, and would eat your hand or whatever. I don't want to fish in Africa or South America
Or Southeast Asia.
Nature sucks. All right. Inside the box, you do find, the locking mechanism is actually rusted clothes. The box has been down there so long that some of the wood is rotted away and all the water got inside.
Yeah.
Is it evil?
There is no evil coming from the box.
Good to go.
Good.
Go.
Kind of like check to see if one of the keys matches the box.
No, whatever lock was on it. Is totally
Elden
rusted
opens
away.
it. Elden just.
Okay, well, the box is stuck.
He'll give it like. He'll try to strength it.
Okay.
Strength check.
Yep. Give me a sec.
What do you try for?
16.
Eldon the halfling can't.
Elden. Yeah.
Elden.
Sorry,
Oh, can't?
No.
I thought it was Lann. Yeah.
Oh. So, would you mind taking a crack at it yourself? Not a problem.
Okay, Lance clawed hands and weird fingers gonna try to dig in. Is
Elden will try to aid.
Okay, give me a strength check DC 10 for Eldon and then a strength check.
Nope.
Okay, Eldon's slipping around in some of the fish ick, and then
It's a little awkward. Let me take a try.
Lance trying to bust it open.
15. What's in this thing? Let's try it again. If it doesn't work, we'll just snap the wood off. Alright, that makes sense. Alright, he'll try to aid him again. Boop. 21.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
that would
an
have been great. 20 plus 6.
Lance claws
Is
digging
it plus 2? Plus 2,
Plus
right?
2 for the aid, yeah.
Ew. 18.
This time you're cracking it open. And
So is it opening?
you actually end up busting the chest in order to get the lid off. Like the lid comes off. Wrecking the box.
Cool.
There are some things that are wrapped in shreds of cloth. You're not too sure what the cloth was once.
I wonder what terrible, terrible dead cultists would put in a box. In the water guarded by fish.
A ring, as you're pulling out some of the sopping wet rags, a ring actually falls out onto the floor.
Oh, there's also a ring from Eryxis that Eldon had pulled off.
Yeah, I've got it listed on the character.
You pulled it on the character sheet?
Yeah.
Okay. You might as well give that to Lann. Items.
Detect magic on the things.
Okay, there is a mithril buckler that's giving off some magic. The ring is giving off a little bit of transmutation. The bearded devil carved pipe is giving off a very faint evocation. And there's a glowing rock that is giving off just a little bit of light. A small pouch full of platinum coins, and that's all that's in the box.
Detective. Oh, no evil came from the box. We package up the bearded devil thing. Quick.
Okay.
Don't let Adrian see it.
Oh, I see what you mean. Heresy. Right.
So the paladin is of the mind. We're at war. If this thing does not require anything, if it was made by something evil, but it doesn't require like blood to fuel it, or it doesn't kill a baby whenever you use it, then he's fine using it for war.
Okay. These are all things that likely need to be identified, aside from the 47 platinum coins that are inside. The platinum coins are really old.
Okay.
They've got sovereign marks on them.
Local.
Okay.
In fact, we could crowns. Yeah, why don't we call them sovereigns? They're platinum sovereigns.
How many sovereigns for the sovereign?
Right.
And that's why you get your ass kicked.
I get the sense that Eldon's like a jock. He's the jock.
He's a mini jock. He's the he gave Swirlies.
You know who he's like?
hamburgers.
You know who he's like? He's like a little bit like a Joe Pesci. Well, I'm funny. I'm funny to you. You think I'm funny?
He's Jocko Paladin.
Compensating much?
Fucking whipping you with towels in the fucking locker room, Paladin.
How do you like that, ugly?
Turn you into a toad, and I'm not joking.
Okay, so they've gathered up some things. I'm looking at
How much stuff can we carry?
like 4
Well, we've got
masterwork
Lann now.
glaives, 6 masterwork chain shirts. That's a significant amount of weight.
The chain shirts are obviously lesser to the glaives.
4 masterwork composite longbows, 4 rapiers, 4 light crossbows, 8 daggers, a bunch of sling stones and bullets.
Sling stones and bullets and daggers. We can put that in the dog. Boop.
The dog can carry 80 stones and 80 bullets.
And the dog, Kruger. What is your strength? You piece of garbage.
That is 80 pounds.
Hold on.
In,
His strength
ammunition.
15.
do we really need to carry? Do we really
Yeah,
need to
he has
bring
a-
this many orbs?
He has a strength 15, and he's quadruped.
Do we need this many orbs?
I'm guessing you could take 20 sling bullets, no problem. Go ahead and put that on. 80 starts to feel like Marty needs to have a look at the.
Here, let's
I have that. Oh, they're written somewhere. Hold on.
The
I think it's an
doggy
Albany Street.
could carry, has a 300-pound heavy load.
What's the light load? 100 pounds?
Dougie has a 150-pound light load.
Okay, so we should be able to carry that. These are pebbles, right?
Real treasure, not pebbles to carry.
Oh man, pebbles,
God
buddy.
damn
No
it.
bullets.
Well, it's an excellent conversation to have. Like, what is your next move, right? Icon is finished praying over the bodies. Bortha, Hadrian, and Otis have finished stripping the bodies of wealth. You also have a list of things that are from Arixes.
So I'm gonna dump all my bullets and all my stones and use bullets.
+1, actually, there's a bunch of other stuff. +1 studded leather, Kortha's masterwork heavy steel shield, masterwork buckler, a tower shield, a heavy steel shield. The thing that probably you won't be able to move unless you make a concerted effort is the centaur breastplate masterwork.
We can just what we can do is
That's
put everything
left
on it.
behind
You put everything on it and then just drag that treasure centaur.
What are we going to do? He's 1,000 pounds. He's like a 2,000-pound being.
No, not the chest, the masterwork, his armor.
Yeah,
Big.
His body weighs 2,200 pounds.
Yeah, we're not taking him.
So his non-masterwork gear is definitely off the list.
Okay. I would just make a list of things you left behind. So at the bottom, I'm going to go Trader's Den. Note that I didn't even list the ruined leather armor that was on all the mongrel folk.
We weren't taking Mongol folk leather armor full of pus and blood and acid and fire, cold and ice.
Yep. There's a lot of things that are
Pain.
way too heavy.
Tower shield, gone. It's now being used as a tabletop.
His masterwork breastplate, I'm assuming, is too heavy for you guys. To
Gone.
move.
We don't. No.
This will all end up being salvaged for the mongrel folk, probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
His magic gear is coming. His ridiculous bow is coming.
Okay.
What's his strength, bow?
22.
Holy fuck.
That's a good bow.
Yeah.
I know a guy who needs to cast full strength to use the bow.
He spent all of his starting cash on his bow. I never used it.
He tried to use it the round he died.
Oh, right.
I think he was getting ready to use the bow. Maybe not. The Master Cold Iron Dwarven War Axe is definitely coming. The Cold Iron Dagger, I guess all of his weapons.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the other heavy things are probably the 4 Masterwork Glaives.
Now, when you say masterwork, do we just mean the metal or also the shafts? Because we can snap the shafts off and just take the blades. Like an axe, like a tomahawk, for instance. The only important part is the sharp
You still
end.
need a handle that is balanced and stuff. It would give it the destroyed condition, make it lighter to move, and then you'd have to fix it again, which would cost the same as selling it. So, in D&D rules, you don't get any advantage out of that unless you have some, there's one power that lets you repair things at a quarter cost instead of,
Okay, so we'll sell them the bullets as well then. I can't carry any more bullets.
How many of those bullets did you take? 80?
I can't carry that much.
Okay.
I've already got, before I even go to them, I've already got 40 on my character and 49 on Kruger.
Okay, you're leaving behind ammunition. Got it. You're leaving behind the 4 Masterwork
yeah.
Glaives. They're like 15 pounds a piece kind of thing.
Yep.
This is starting to feel like Skyrim.
Well,
Light crossbows, probably too heavy.
Well, hold on. What's his name?
let's
Could probably grab
let's
another
quickly
one.
check.
Lann could probably grab another one.
They're just regular
Len?
light crossbows, but
I think Lann's got a regular one, doesn't he? On characters. Lann, what you got, buddy?
A light crossbow weighs 4 pounds. So, and it costs more than most of the other weapons.
all right. So I can put those back on.
You know.
He's got a heavy crossbow.
All right. I'm just sifting through the list. I think a party of your size can lug this stuff around.
Yeah.
Just my kind of hunch and looking at. If you leave behind the shields, the centaur plate mail, all of that ammo, and the 4 Masterwork Glaives.
Let's
and what are the chain shirts are?
The 6 chain shirts, those are 20 pounds a piece. You may have to leave those behind too.
Yeah, the chain shirts have to be left behind. We'd rather have the glaives than the chain shirts.
Okay, so I took the bolts.
Okay. This looks reasonable. You guys are like, you can't haul anymore before.
Things are encumbered.
Yep. You're welcome, says
Scoop
Boltha.
of crickets.
I need a bag of holding. This is bullshit.
Now, I hope that I have shown that, as he's washing his hand in some water that Icon conjured, he's like washing blood off and that sort of thing. Puts his rings back on. I'm sure that some of these things will help us in our war to come.
The war that's already here.
Now, if you do not mind, I wish to see the state of my manor. Will you or will you not bring me there?
Yes, ready to go now. We're gonna have to go to another area, don't we? Or are we gonna head back to the Mogrifo? Actually, hold on. Are we? I have to go upstairs for like 5 minutes. But are we? Are we? Are we?
The waifu is calling him on his cell phone from upstairs.
Times roll, yeah. Are we? Are we heading to your village again, or are we going to?
Bortha's like, why would we go back there?
Are we lugging all the stuff with us here? Or are we gonna sell it to those Mogrmen?
No, we're going to take it to the surface. I thought.
All right then. Off we go. Lann, you know the way?
Lann nods.
And then away we go.
He points up. You collect yourselves. I'm actually just gonna leave your tokens right here on the map.
Handful of crickets for the road.
Some more crickets. You're thinking these might be a spell component. You can't remember.
It might have to do with jumping.
After leaving the weird labyrinth where you fought the Dretches, those horrible stench demons, there is a way. It enters into an old sewer tunnel. Goes about 60 feet before connecting up with more modern construction sewers. And then, most importantly, the first of several ladders leading up to the surface.
Princess Nina takes a look.
You send Princess Nina up. Like
Little
you actually,
butterfly.
you guys are now looking up this last ladder, and you can see through a grate at the top light. The sky looks weird though. It looks stormy, and there's kind of like a reddish glow in the sky, but there is light.
Go Nina.
Okay, Nina goes up. You don't have a empathic bond. You have an empathic bond, right?
I have an empathic bond.
Hopeful, 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 hopeful. Despair. Sadness.
Oh.
Frightened. And she comes quickly back down. The city. It's in ruins. Lots of buildings. I think I saw butchery. I heard voices. There might be survivors.
Okay.
The sky, it's red. And some of the buildings are no more.
Some of them are still standing.
Yes.
And
Glass half full, I suppose.
there is still hope for some. It's not great up there, is what she says.
I'll just move the party off into their own. I'll just clear it.
Could be better.
We must proceed with caution. We are in the south part of the city. I don't recognize it. I don't think we've ever been there. But we're far from home. And some of the buildings in the center of the town, the skyline, it's different.
The cathedral?
And there are huge rents, fissures.
Quickly, everyone, up the ladder.
Oh, you guys are going on force up the ladder?
I think so.
Okay. I'm going to save all of your tokens for a moment. Control C. I'm going to save the map. And I'm going to go to another map.
Leia, you would eat a bucket of worms, wouldn't you? Of course you would. You would eat a bucket of anything. You're eating a bucket of garbage right now. Stop that. It's fork.
Alright, so I'm on the conversation layer. But I'm also going to expose Valderas post Terran's down.
Post Upa. See, when you name one before Terran's down, lets us know that Terrence Down's a thing.
Right. I'm going to unfog the area where you guys appear in the town. Which is kind of near this place. Okay. I'll force you to that part of the map. And I will draw a little dot.
Look, there's a nice valley going through the town.
Right. You're pretty sure there was a tower along the wall at that particular section. And we're going to say that you guys come out of a hole here. So this is ladder to Trader's Den.
It feels like we are actually really close to the rich guy's house, except there's a giant cache in the way.
As you emerge from the sewers quietly, you step into a city that is vastly different from the one that you left. The tremors, the demonic attacks, have left Valderas a once proud city of 15,000 people. A devastated, smoking, apocalyptic ruin. Deep chasms riddle the city, while paths of enormous demons have left ruinous trails of rubble extending out from the city's heart. The once familiar skyline of Valderas has forever changed. The Tower of the Kite, the Cathedral of St. Clydewell, are missing from such a sight. Dark plumes of smoke still rise from the smoldering remains of burned-down buildings. Fat buzzards wheel around in the skies above. The sky is red with smoke, black with cloud. You have a terrible feeling that the world wound has spilled in onto this side of the river.
When there's no more room in the abyss, the souls will walk amongst the living.
Okay? You can hear odd noises, but at the same time it's eerily silent in the direct area where you are. Maybe something moving along the rubble of one of the cliffs nearby. A strange squawk of a bird.
Does it sound like a normal bird? I'm suspicious.
Sure, yeah.
Knowledge
Maybe.
nature.
Yeah, maybe.
I want to know what precise type of bird it is.
Got it.
25.
Ravens.
Okay.
And then you also see buzzards, like carrion birds
All right.
in the sky. There are rubbles of hovels that have been kind of like tipped over, and you seem to be in a big rise of land that has opened up into rubble. There doesn't seem to be anyone here. It's strangely quiet.
We need.
Then finally,
to...
you hear a far off scream, like just blood curdling scream.
Which direction does the Paladin and the Inquisitor go?
Well, the Bortha's kind of pointing across the rent.
It's
Hadrian's just staring up at the skyline. His eyes haven't moved from it. He wants to go into the middle of the city, you can tell, to see. Is everything alright, says Eravashniel, who can't see anything.